TIFU by clogging the sink drain. Let me preface that this story actually happened a few years ago and was only brought back into my memory by a clogged sink in my new apartment. I was 17 at the time of this story and had decently short hair, only a bit longer than shoulder length, and bangs. I had trimmed my own bangs before and took great pride in having soft, fluffy hair. I hadn't had a haircut in over a year and often put it up into a bun as it got in my face during work and sleep. Soon I realized I had serious split ends in my hair. I hated the feeling of running my hands through my hair and ending up feeling the texture of the ends. I tried to ignore them as they brushed up on my face and neck and brought up the subject to a parent that could drive. I didn't have a license at this point, me to the salon and have it trimmed up. After a few weeks of being too busy and forgetting, I decided that I would take matters into my own hands. I grabbed some pruning scissors and headed into the bathroom with perfectly dry hair. I hurried over to the sink and got to work, trimming off an inch or two of split ends till I was satisfied with the work and washed all the evidence down the drain. I wasn't given explicit permission to do this. My parents knew I trimmed my bangs to keep them nice and tidy and were fine, but trimming my hair had never come up. But as I let water wash away the evidence, I noticed it was clogging up and not draining. I panicked and stopped the water, rushing to grab a pencil to fish out the hair, and tried throwing it away, but the sink was still clogged. I was 17 and knew I'd get in trouble if my parents had to call a plumber for my stupidity, so I hurried off and grabbed vinegar, baking soda, and some Dawn and hurried back to pour it all down the drain. The activation filled up the entire sink, and I was scared it would overflow and I'd get into deeper trouble. I had done stupid things like this before: lighting a pan on fire by trying to make a candle, climbing up onto fragile shelves to get something and cracking them. So I was no stranger to this kind of thing. I got it unclogged and rushed off to hide the evidence and act natural. A month or so later I was found out by my sibling and exposed, and I got my games and phone taken for the next 3 months, only let off the hook for school. TLDR, I cut dry hair over a sink and got it clogged up, and later found out and punished.